cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now. Cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regret. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me. Hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. Can make me move. Can make me
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways. And on we'll go.
it's ingrained in my head, and I start to see. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a, yeah.
I'm on my own, broken and alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Don't stare 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. My darling dear, you're never here. When I'm in pain, you hide and disappear. Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near, in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares too. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me.
Do you remember how you held me then? Now you got me reaching out. And do you see you got me falling in more times than I can get out. Down in the deep of my mind, I cry for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, how long do I got to keep you, to keep you? Down in the deep of my mind, I cry for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, trying so hard not to keep you, to keep you. Oh, you make me wanna talk back to you. Say it like that. If I hate you, then find someone new. Baby, but you know I never will. No, so I choke you down just like a pill. Oh yeah. Take you like a pill.
I can never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. That it feels right.
Dude. You cut out for a second, dude.
Wait.
Are you still with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Um,
Did I go dark?
welcome back, everybody, to the Flow State Gaming Podcast, episode number 21. Right. Number one up and coming Valorant podcast.
Wait,
on the
21 is
internet.
22. It's 22.
Episode 22, guys. We are back in full force. Of course, I do have with me, as you've heard already, my good friend Rogan Prescott.
Hello, Coulter. It's good to be back. We've taken a big hit on the Flow State Gaming Podcast.
Dude, that was
2 weeks of not being together. I felt something missing.
Dude, honestly, it's felt a little weird, dude. You did really well on your solo podcast. I was talking to you earlier. I really liked it, dude.
I mean, I had to carry it because someone had to take vacation. I
Well,
obviously wouldn't do that.
just don't
I
get
had to take a break because I was on my deathbed,
yeah.
hanging
maybe
on to
don't
my
get
own
a
life.
headache next time, right?
Well,
Maybe just push through a headache.
oh my gosh.
It feels good to be back in the saddle, dude. Wow, this is nice. how's everyone doing? How was your week, dude? I'm like, kind of excited to be back. I wanna. How was the solo pod, dude? Have you
Um,
looked at the analytics? The analytics are very skewed in your direction. So
well,
maybe I should just leave the podcast and let you
that's
just go.
yeah. I've gotten quite a bit of messages personally saying
Have
not to
you?
mention you. You know, they want to let you go. Um, but we'll see. Yeah,
Yeah, that
we'll
doesn't
see
surprise me
what
at
it
all.
brings. I mean, you're on the verge anyways, so I don't think it would matter.
I mean, I'm right on the edge of falling off anyway, so it's like
Yeah,
it doesn't really matter, right? I
exactly.
don't know. I don't know what all that business was about Fortnite, but that
Well,
was
that's
Bo. That's fake
I was
news.
worried about you. We did
That's
get.
fake news,
I think everyone was worried because I mean you can deny it as much as you can, Coulter, but I was, you went to Fortnite, and
guys.
I'm
It's
glad you're back.
it's funny that Rogan always tries to jab at me on this Fortnite point because like I have 15 hours and Rogan has 300 hours, 600 hours, who knows? So it's just you can't even compare it. If we're talking Fortnite, dude, it's just absolutely insane.
Well, in the deep past. It just shows how much commitment I have to the gaming life. Valorant wasn't even out, man. What was
Oh,
I
I
supposed
know.
to play?
Um, I did not play any Fortnite, unfortunately. That would have been nice. I didn't even touch a keyboard for 10 days, boys. So
How was your trip,
that
man?
was
Phoenix?
it was good. Yeah, I went to Phoenix. It was actually kind of cold down there. I mean, it was warmer than here in Oregon, but it was actually pretty cold for down there, but it was still hot. That's why I have this beautiful tan, right? That's why I'm looking a little sexier than normal. Is because I got a nice tan on my face. So
Gosh.
I made sure to make that happen.
Well, why are you covering that hairline, Coulter?
Well, I'm balding. I am balding in the front, so I wear a hat to try and mask it as best as I can. Um, and that's why the hat comes
Oh,
out.
okay. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
just a curiosity. For Valorant was pretty good, man. I didn't play as much as I wanted to. I I'm still holding on to Platinum 3. I deranked. I don't know if I told you.
No, I didn't
I
know
could
that.
not hold on to Diamond. Just a solo queue. It's
That
hard.
sucks. Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't doing as good as like I wanted to, because like you get just the unlucky teams. So that's
Yeah.
what I want to bring up again. Last week I kind of talked about our little Discord that we created. And we got some action in the Discord. We got some activity between peasants, which we very much appreciate, and that's what we want to see. We kind of want more. We just need more people. Like I appreciate the people who were like talking in the Discord. That was awesome. We want to start doing some scrims. Doing some custom games. It would be awesome to like be able to split it up in regions and be able to run competitive with. You always have the chance of getting like 5 people no matter what if you want to play. With among the peasants. And
Honestly, yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
it's a good rank distribution right now too. Like there's a couple diamond players in here, gold players, silver players. So definitely it doesn't really matter your rank. Just get in here. Link is in the Twitch flow_state_gaming. I'm excited. I really want to build like a community where I don't have to solo queue.
Yeah, that's always the dream, dude. It's nice to see the peasants starting to mingle amongst each other, right? It's like we bring them all into the common area and now they're finally starting to open up to each other, which is it's good to see, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
The
start.
Discord is pretty cool.
Well, they're starting to share crumbs. That's what I was kind of getting at.
I really need to we were talking about this before we hit record. I need to be a little more active in the Discord. Um
I think we
I'm
both
just
need to be.
yeah, we both need to get in there. It's just I don't know. You guys come clamoring every time I step foot in the Discord, so it's just a lot for me to handle. So I don't go in
The 3
often.
people that don't even.
Yeah, exactly. Um, but dude, do you have a hot drink tonight?
Yeah. Yep. Got a hot
What
drink.
what are we dealing with this evening, dude?
Well, it's a basic. I can't say any. I can't. bring anything to justice now, but you're back. To
Mhm.
bring back the hot drink section. I didn't really feel like I could do this section without you, you know?
Yeah, it's
felt a
kind of a
little
sacred
alone.
section, honestly.
But honestly, dude, having Connor on, it was great. He had a nice hot drink.
Well, it's because he's a connoisseur himself.
Well,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah.
I mean, he's definitely fit for the job. And I did enjoy hearing his little hot drink section that he had there. Yeah, that was nice.
I got some Kirkland brand beans here.
Oh no,
A
you went
double
for the
shotter.
Costco.
Well, yeah, the Costco was
You're such a rat, dude.
What do you mean?
You're such a rat, dude.
I
A
buy
little
it in
Kirk- you
bulk.
little
It
Kirk- you
doesn't
little
matter what I
Kirkland boy.
drink. If
Yeah.
oh my gosh, at least I'm
Exactly.
not drinking decaf.
Well, we'll
Well,
get there.
well, oh my gosh, dude. The ranks prove it all.
Well, yeah, that's
It's all about the
Obviously true.
coffee.
dude. Speaking of ranks, mine will hopefully go up with this most recent patch, which is of course what we're talking about, and we'll get into it. But I got a little buff
Yeah.
since I last played. So I of course have a Black Butte Gold decaf from Sisters Coffee Company. I'll show the fans again. It's a nice it's almost a little lighter than I like. I like it to just smack me in the face. You know what I mean? I like it to just blow me out, and this is more of a mild. It says medium dark, but it's definitely more on the medium side. So, but just going black. So it's
Nice.
fine. You know,
Yeah.
I just got back yesterday, and so I haven't had much time to get my stuff together.
Jimmy C in the chat. In Iron 3, he's an Iron 3 player. So this just goes to show that we have the dirtiest of all dirty rats in the Discord. Everyone is a rat and a peasant here. But Jimmy C, he is one also. So it's good to see you, Jimmy C, here live.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very nice to see Jimmy back in the chat here. Of course, Lingo and the boys, good to be here. I don't see AJ, which is unfortunate. We'll probably have to demote him from his squire status, but that's been coming for a few weeks now, so that shouldn't be too much of a surprise. But do you have any announcements, dude? I guess you already kind of mentioned that you demoted, right?
Yeah,
trashed.
yep, exactly. Not many announcements. I kind of stepped down from Raze a little bit. I had to play some Omen and Sage. I had some Raze insta locks, and I felt a lot better. I've been playing different agents, kind of moving around, wanting to just to play like fill the roles, man.
Have you kind of
It's-
just been trying to fill in for like
Yeah,
what's
and
missing?
dude, even at my level, like it's every single rank. Like it's just there's games that like team composition just doesn't matter at all.
Yeah.
I kind of just like do it because I don't really know who I want to play, you know.
Yeah.
So more just
No,
switching
that's
it up.
cool.
But
Nice.
yeah, work's going well. It's gonna slow down. I kind of mentioned it, and I'm gonna be able to play a lot more. So I'm kind of excited for that.
Nice.
Any announcements for you, man? You haven't gamed at all, so you wouldn't really have
Dude,
any.
I haven't even yeah, like we were saying, I wanted to play yesterday, but I was just trying to take care of stuff. And so I haven't even played a match since I left. Hopefully I'll play one after. Dude, it's kind of interesting though. I'm kind of coming back with like a different mindset than like when I left. Like it's kind of weird. I'm more like excited to play, just
Yeah.
to play. You know what I mean? Um I think this may actually result in like a this might be a positive thing. Taking a 10-day break from like any kind of gaming at all. But like I don't even know how to explain it, man. It's just like I was kind of getting a little frustrated with the ranking system,
Yeah.
and I was getting too caught up in it. Like I was putting way too much value on like ranks. And so it kind of feels nice to just have this feeling of like, man, I just like want to play Valorant. You know what I mean? Like I do love to play competitively, but it also sounds fun just to like play unrated with you or like with the boys, you know?
Yeah.
So
I'm actually glad
that
you
kinda
mentioned.
feels good.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I think when I like took a break from Valorant, I didn't like play for a while. Coming back to it, I like felt, like rejuvenated and I kind of I started playing better even because I played with a different mindset and I did different things. I think competitive games, man, they just Valorant's like so competitive for me and I always feel like I have to win. Like if I don't, I just get in a bad mood or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think it gets to my head when I play it, every day. And when I take a break, that kind of like goes away, and I do have that like renewed mindset. So
No,
I think it might be a plus for you, man.
I definitely hear you there because like my mindset has totally shifted, dude. I think in general, maybe people put just too much weight on the ranks, dude. Like if you can just break it down to playing this game for fun again, then I think doors will open. You know what I mean? But if you're just like getting angry because you're just grinding in the same rank and like you're not having fun with the game, you're just playing to rank up, it's like, I don't know. Just maybe try and switch something up. I don't know. So yeah, anyways, excited to be back. That's kind of what I was getting to. Any other announcements from you, buddy?
No, I think that covers it, man. Not too much.
Right on. We did get some community feedback. So thank you for these people. We appreciate you greatly. I got on my hands and knees on the Royal Tower, of course, but I begged to you down below. I threw like extra loaves of bread at you just to see if we could get a little community feedback going, and something worked. So you're fed, you're happy, and we have some feedback. So Rogan, I'm gonna cover the Apple guys. We got an Apple review, the first Apple review in a very long time. So this is coming from Last Ride 123. I'm guessing you're an underaged white male to have that name, and I suggest you change it immediately. But thanks for the analytics anyway, as it is a 5 star. So thank you, Last Ride. Um, and you said you left a comment here that says very entertaining and helpful tips. Then you put in a space and then an explanation point. You want to take that space away and just put the explanation point after tips. So not only should you change your name, but also work on your typing or literature skills. But thanks for the analytics anyway, brother, or sister. We appreciate you, so thanks for that. Then we also got some Instagram messages. Do you want to cover one of these, dude? we
Yeah.
got a couple of them.
Well, yeah, it not too much here, but I'll
It
look
looks like
into it.
maybe one of my coworkers messaged you.
Oh shoot, I don't know. Oh, Avery
Do we
Renard.
No.
Oh shoot. Well, Avery
Well,
Renard. Yo, what's up? Just got into your podcast this week, brothers. Thank you guys for the content. Thank you, Avery, for listening. We really appreciate it, man. And then
Thanks, Avery.
later on in this little thread, I'm ready to start smacking some kids. I want to be able to play with no hands and still ace. Side note, can you shoot me the Discord link? And you will be able to play with no hands and be blindfolded is kind of my reply to him. If you just follow the ways and you just, you fill your role as a peasant, you eat the bread that Coulter gives you, and eventually you will be smacking those kids and clapping those cheeks.
Yep. Very well said.
And I gave him the Discord link. Discord link again is in the Twitch. And yeah. Do you want to cover the other one, Coulter?
Yeah, dude. So we got one from Britton Sowers, and I don't hesitate to say his name here because his Instagram is Britton Sowers as well. So, um, dude, looking like a very sexy young man, dude. From Maui, Hawaii. Let's go, dude. I didn't see that. I'm
Wow.
stalking you as we speak. Um, I would spend the night with this guy. Um, I'm from Big Island, dude. I was raised there, so that's kind of a little relation. Awesome pod. You guys should make a Discord. So if this guy, would have checked earlier, he would have known that we had a Discord. But you shot him the link. It looks like nice. Thanks for the invite. Currently gold 2, and he's stoked to play with some more gold 2 peasants. So, guys, this guy is looking like he's looking like a prime candidate for some gold games. I'm looking to run some games with this boy, dude. I'm not kidding. This kid is easily, what are we talking? 8, 9 out of 10, I would say.
Wow. Okay.
So, I mean, he's up there. So go ahead and connect with him on the Discord. It looks like he has it. So thank you guys for the feedback. Dude, go ahead and, I mean, Moist has been waiting for a reply. Are we thinking we're just not going to reply to Moist?
Moist, this is to you, brother. I was actually meaning to reply. I read your message, and I was looking up computer parts. Hey, Rogan. Moist is here, console peasant. I was wondering if you can send me a list of PC parts for a budget gaming PC or anything you recommend. Thanks. I got you. I've been looking at computer parts for a while. It's really hard right now because the graphics cards are almost near impossible to get for a decent price, like for one that you want. Everything is being absolutely filthied on. It's very hard to find one, but I am going to post it in the Discord. I'll probably make a channel for it, and then I'll message you back, but I'll give you a little budget build. It's kind of hard because you can go anywhere between $500 to $2,000 on a computer. So that's pretty hard. But just for example, the new graphics cards that just came out, their MSRP price was, $700, and now they're $2,500 on eBay. Like that's the scale of things right now. So it's getting pretty tough to find the parts that you want.
Well, and honestly, dude, Moist should probably just stay as a console peasant because he's absolute garbage, right? He's the most ratty rat you've ever seen in your life. And I think giving him a PC build option is just giving him too much credit, dude. I wouldn't even waste your breath. I'm surprised you even replied. I mean, this guy makes Eric look like a god. If that gives you any kind of reference. I mean, this man.
I would not speak that highly of Eric.
Dude, you've not seen Moist. He is insane. He is insanely raunchy, dude. Like, it's disgusting.
What the heck are you talking about?
Anyways, thanks for the feedback, everybody. Thanks for the iTunes review. That helps a lot. It's kind of cool to know that someone's listening on. I almost only if I ever look at any kind of analytics, I look at the Spotify numbers. But it's kind of nice to know that people are on Apple as well.
Yeah, that's good to hear. I mean, it's probably one peasant that you forced into that review.
Well, good, right?
Like you were saying.
Good. They should. So, leave more feedback, right? We need more stars.
Yeah.
And everyone needs to follow us on Twitch like yesterday, but that's another point. Dude, should we get into it here?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Guys, we're looking at patch 2.06. The Riot gods blessed us with a patch to talk about, so that's nice.
It's not out right now. I think it's coming out tonight. Or pretty soon. We have a lot of changes here, or I would say a lot of big changes, pretty substantial ones. To some agents, and to the Bucky.
The Bucky, man. Yeah,
this is huge.
I'm so happy to see, dude. This is like a great update. I'm so excited about this update. Like all these changes needed to happen.
Yeah,
so.
they're making some good calls here. I'm gonna go ahead and cover Viper. So big buff on Viper here, pretty substantial here. So for her Toxin, this is just her passive. Anyone who walks through Viper's Poison Cloud, Toxic Screen, or Snake Bite, they're instantly inflicted with at least 50 decay. So like they get a negative 50 decay instantly, and then it'll decay from there when they're in that toxin. after that 50 decay. And decay, it does regen over time, but you have to be out of that toxin to be able to regain that health. So it's technically not like, your health isn't getting ripped out. It's just kind of like a temporary thing, like the Reyna overheal. And then while in Cloud, decay over time decreased 15 to 10. So you're gonna get less decay over time. It's more of like that 50 decay right when you hit it is just gonna hit you right away, and then it won't go as far. It's still gonna eat your health up, obviously, and you're not gonna want to be in that for too long because your decay is just gonna take you down to 0. And then when out of Viper's Cloud, delay before health regen decreased 2.5 to 1.5. So we're seeing some nerfs and some buffs, but it's just gonna take less time when you leave that toxin to regain that health back to normal. I'm kind of surprised that they're adding these nerfs, but moving on to Poison Cloud, can now immediately be redeployed when picked up, but grants a temporary charge instead of a permanent one, which just means if you lay it down, you can pick it up. You can instantly redeploy it after that. I think there was like a little delay there, but a temporary charge just means you'll have to buy it the next round if you do lay it down and pick it up. So you can lay it down. Well, this is big, so you can actually move it and move different things here. And then if active, when Viper dies, Poison Cloud remains up for additional 2 seconds or until Viper runs out of fuel. So it's going to stay up a little bit so it won't go down right after she dies. And then the pickup distance increased 200 to 400. So it's going to be double the distance where you can pick it up. So you're not going to have to run up right to the cloud and then run back. So that it's kind of just a quality of life feature. Toxic Screen, if active when Viper dies, Toxic Screen remains up for additional 2 seconds. So the same thing as her Poison Cloud, just making her be able to have those abilities up after she's dead. And then full blind distance from the wall increased to better match the blind distance from the edge of smokes. And then Snake Bite, equip time decreased 1.1 seconds to 0.8. So you can equip your Snake Bite quicker, which is also better. I think Viper, her abilities take a while to lay down, and it like takes some setup, and then making her kind of like Cypher, being able to move around more is I think is what we need to see here. I was kind of looking to see if she can move her wall around. That would be an interesting buff. But
Yeah.
that's kind of it for Viper. Then just some things for custom games where she can kind of practice easier.
Yeah.
But what are your first thoughts on these, man?
Well, like we were saying, man, it's like she obviously needed buffs. Everyone has known that for a while. It's just like, how do you do it? That's kind of been the main question. The developer said in this patch here, it says, when compared to other controllers, we want Viper to make big, committed decisions that truly alter the map and how both sides play around her influence. So it's like their vision for her is that she is like committing to one site. And that's what we've always kind of spoke on being like the problem, right? Like, or I know for myself, it's like that's her downfall, is that she is not flexible at all. But that's kind of what they want out of her.
Yeah.
So they just need to make her extremely good at that one thing. And I think we're just moving like more towards that direction. So I mean, I'm happy to see that. I just it kind of puts Viper in an interesting place, like in my opinion, because it's like, okay, how good do you make her at that one thing?
Yeah.
Because then she's like easy to read, and like it's just makes for uninteresting play style for me personally. But I mean, any buffs to her, like to get her in the game, I think are good. So I'm happy to see it. I think that the buff to her toxin, where it immediately inflicts 50 decay, is really really big. and I
Yeah.
think that's actually going to make a difference. I never thought of this actually, but what a good idea. I mean, it's like that wall, it felt so it was never a threat. Like you would just pass through it and maybe you took 2 decay, like who cares, right?
Uh-huh.
But now it's like you actually have to respect the wall a little bit. Like if you're running around with 60 health, you pass through that wall, you're at 10 health. It's like someone can just one tap you with a classic from anywhere, you know? So that makes a difference. And I think you're gonna feel that.
Yeah, I
And
think it'll be more into competitive play too. Cause then, if they do push through, it's just gonna all, ram them down. It's like in competitive
yeah,
play, they know how to avoid those.
like in beginning rounds when not everyone is like full HP,
It's also
right?
hard though with like Viper, she has decay and like in like even in like lower tier gameplay, it's just like, a one tap from a Vandal kills anyone. So it's like how much of that decay is really helping the team compared to
I
like
know, man.
compared
I know.
to Raze's grenade,
Yeah,
where it's
I
not like
know.
that decay. It's kind of hard to yeah, like you said, she's in an awkward place right now. Where like she needs to
Yeah,
find a way to fit into the gameplay, like fit into the game where she can work well. Because in
yeah,
reality,
and
this game's always gonna have, like the instant kill time.
well, and I think that's what puts like Riot is doing such a good job at putting abilities into a game like this, and like that's why it's so impressive is because like abilities aside, like we always mention this, like everyone is just one shot away anyway. So like, how much impact can you give an ability when the time to kill is so low is like the question. I think the wall is going to be useful on pistol rounds. Think of like round 1, man. Like people buying a ghost, if they like decide to commit to the site that her wall is on and they all pass through
Yeah.
her Viper wall and then you're sitting at 50 health, that's going to matter. I'm happy to see it. As far as the poison cloud, the pickup distance, like you said, that's kind of just like a quality of life thing. I mean, I'm glad to see it, but it doesn't make her smoke better than anyone else's. You know what I mean? It's still
Yeah.
you still have to go grab it, which is the whole problem anyway. I like to see the snake bite equip time being decreased. Like I said before, I mean it almost feels like that should be even quicker, like almost like an instant, like you can just spit it out on the ground quickly. Um, but I think overall, man, I'm happy to see this stuff. I think they're gonna slowly just make her more powerful until you have to play her. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
Like
you
I don't
don't
know
want
what
to give
else.
her some huge buffs that just makes her the
I
in S
know.
tier from D to S.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, good to see. Anyways, um, do you have any other thoughts on Viper, dude? You want to move
No,
on?
yeah, you can take on Yuru. He's your man. This is
Boys,
where you shine, man.
boys,
Oh.
let's go, dude. Yoru getting some huge, huge buffs. So I'm just gonna take it from the top because I'm passionate about this. They say Yoru carries a fantasy that you've been excited to see through, but we believe a few restrictions have made it hard to access. Although Yoru is a unique duelist on the roster, both in space and in playstyle, we think he should still be a strong contender for good compositions and want to ensure the value he offers to his team is more consistent throughout a match. So they see the problems. They see no one's playing him. Absolutely nobody is playing him on a pro level. It's actually disgusting. Like Viper is almost played more than Yoru um, in pro games. So he needed some changes. Um, so his flash got changed. The flash activation time decreased from zero point 0.8 to zero point 0.6 seconds. So as we know, when Yoru's flash hits the wall, that is this activation time that it's talking about. It would take zero point zero 0.08 seconds to like you can for the enemy to see that the flash is coming and then the flash to initiate. So that's going to happen faster, which is better. It's better for Yoru because um, they're going to have less time to react. So that's actually pretty huge. And then the flash duration increased from 1.1 to 1.5. So that's also really big for him. His flashes got a lot better here. They initiate faster and they last longer. So I think I don't know how many days. I kind of wanted to look actually before we started the pod. I don't know how much time I have in Yoru, but it's quite a bit of hours. Um and it's like his flashes were just they're not the same as like a Phoenix flash. They're way harder to use and they're way harder to coordinate with your team. And I noticed that my teammates would have along with myself would kind of have trouble with the timing. Like it was an awkward time. Like my teammates would swing thinking it's flashed, and then as they're swinging, it would flash my own team and myself. So I'm happy to see that being a quicker flash because like me and Rogan were talking about, Rogan was kind of mentioning, he was like, Coulter, you should try and find lineups for the Yoru Flash. It's just hard to use it in that way. Like if you're going to be using flashes like that, you should be using like Sky or Breach. I think they're kind of meant to be like an on the fly flash. And so this is super helpful, just making them quicker. So I'm happy to see it. Gate crash. So gate crash is no longer refreshed on kills and is instead replenished every 35 seconds. So as you guys knew already, every 2 kills, gate crash would refresh, and they took that away, giving it a 35-second cooldown. So I don't know if that is when you deploy it or when you actually use the teleport. Do you know about that, Rogan? I'm excited to try
It's
that
probably when you use it and it leaves.
because I know when in the patch that we're running right now with the kills, if it was when you deployed it, you could get 2 kills
Oh,
and then you would have it again. So that's going to be interesting. Um, but like you said, I imagine it's after you teleport that timer is going to start. So we'll just have to see on that when the patch actually launches. The lifetime of gate crash fragment is increased from 20 seconds to 30 seconds. This is another dude. They are just
that's a big one.
absolutely, dude, they are gassing up gate crash big time here. So adding 30% to the duration is like wicked, dude.
Yeah.
That's insane. Like, so that's gonna be big. I know there's lineups already, like where his teleport like travels across the whole map. That's gonna be more viable, and I'm sure there's gonna be more lineups. Um, and that's just overall way better for Yoru. The range at which the gate crash fragment is revealed from stealth decreased from 7 meters to 4 meters. So I think this almost hits harder than anything because this was kind of the whole issue with gate crash is people seeing it and hearing it. I don't know if the sound distance has been decreased, but we know that the vision at what point you can actually see it is almost cut in half, which is absolutely massive. So that is kind of they're trying to solve that issue of like you always know where Yoru is going to be. They're trying to put an effort into making that not the case. So the last one here is visuals for visibility range added to the moving fragment. So um guessing that's just in the mini map how you can see like the like where other players can see it and hear it. Um this is huge for gate crash. I'll just move on to the dimensional rift because I want to get your thoughts, Rogan. All points reduced from 7 to 6. And then Yoru can now reactivate gate crash while in dimensional rift, which is another huge aspect. So what are your first thoughts on this, dude?
I mean, I think those are some great changes. The removing the kills and the like making it so you can replenish it every 35 seconds is pretty big because I think it makes him more reliable now. Like he won't have to get those 2 kills because it's kind of rare that you get that. It's like with Omen, right after you lay down a smoke, you're always gonna be able to get that other smoke, that countdown going on, which is pretty cool. So I think you're gonna be able to make a lot more plays with the teleporter and more often. Like you have it for for taking or like on attacking, getting onto site, getting plant down, and then even post plant, you have that teleporter because you don't really see it later on in the game. I would say it's
Yeah.
kind of used for rotating and used for other things. So when you're able to rotate sites and you're able to have that ability replenish and be able to use it is pretty cool. His flashes, I think you hit that pretty well. Because, I mean, it's so hard to, like, predict where that flash is going to go as well. And, like you said, it's kind of on the fly. He is a duelist. Like, his teleporter brings him in places that, are kind of tight maybe. Or he's kind of that entry fragger that needs to push on site. So having these flashes will probably be a lot better for that, I think. And using him on the fly. It's hard because I kind of played him a little bit, but just like if that flash hits a tiny little corner, it's just gonna go the wrong way.
dude, you've seen my frustration with this.
Yeah,
Guys, me and Rogan had this plan. We're gonna go up ramps on split. We were attacking. Rogan is gonna double satchel in up to ramps, and I was gonna flash it for him. So I throw my flash, and it hits like a little ledge of the box.
oh my gosh.
And it slayed the whole play because what I wanted the flash to do was like bounce out of our vision and blind the enemy, obviously, but it hit this little crevice and it just came straight back.
Yeah.
It came straight back at us and it wrecked our whole team. And so it's so hard in the moment to be like, okay, like I gotta miss this little crevice. Like, I mean, dude, it's like if it hits it, it hits it. Like it's just hard to control them. So yeah.
No, I think it'll just be like more of like hitting the floor even because you're able.
Mhm.
It's gonna activate faster. So I think that's cool. And the dimensional drift, I kind of like how you can do that gate crash. I didn't know that you couldn't. That's pretty cool though because you
I
can do
know.
some pretty sweet plays with that.
Dude, imagine the dirtiness on that.
Yeah, if you set that up well.
Dude, that's gonna like I bet people are gonna get pretty creative with that actually.
I think this was a great timing, man. Right when you come back,
Dude,
they
I am
just.
so
I think
excited,
they know you're
actually.
back.
Dude, they know I'm back and they know I'm ready, dude. Like I am ripe.
Oh my
I'm ripe for the picking,
gosh.
dude. No, guys, this is big for Yoru. Yoru needed this so bad that like I am actually ecstatic for this. The lifetime of Gate Crash, huge. All of it is just so good. So I'm really excited for this. Like as you know, I committed to Yoru as he was, and this is just icing on the cake for me, dude.
Yeah.
Like this just gives me increased vigor to just keep pushing forward. It's like Doge coin, right? I get a little crumb, a little 1% bump, and I'm just back in it for life again, you know?
Yeah,
So
for sure.
do you want
that's
to cover Killjoy?
Yeah, I just want to mention like that's a cool thing about playing Viper, Yuru, and
Yeah,
even
dude.
Sky is like
yeah.
they're terrible, or that like Riot knows that they're bad, and they're just gonna buff them. Like you're kind of set for the long
Yeah.
haul.
Dude, you're just ready to launch.
I
It's like
know.
you're just being fueled with rocket fuel.
Exactly.
And then when they actually become like viable and in the meta, everyone's just going to be playing catch up because you already have some like strategies locked down.
Well, I know if you have lineups for Viper, like they're just gonna get better and better.
Yeah.
And like
You're
if
so
you
right.
like that play style, I would just stick to it. I wouldn't really worry about what agent is the meta right now because they're either gonna get nerfed or someone else is gonna get buffed.
I'm so happy you say that, man. That's so
Killjoy,
true.
yeah, for sure. Killjoy, it's not just a small like quality of life. Killjoy can now pick up redeployed nano swarm grenades during the buy phase to get an extra charge back. That's
That's big.
yeah, she can just kind of like if she does accidentally throw or she wants it in another place, that is actually really big. Being able to get
Yeah.
it on ledges now, they'll be able to
Yeah,
get like
if you-
little glitch spots now.
If you miss your lineup or something, you can
Yeah.
retry it.
I didn't really
Yeah.
think that's pretty big. I think, dude, why not? Why can't I buy back Raze's satchel?
Dude,
That satchel gets me so often, guys. When I don't have my hands on the keyboard and I reach for and I just like press Q a tiny bit and then it just throws the satchel down and my whole team
happens
just
so
crouches
much.
around it and just lets it just blast them. I hate it, dude. I hate it.
Dude, you used to make fun of me when that.
Well,
I would
I
always
know
do
because
that.
you did it all the time. Now I do
I
it all
know.
the time.
It's just I don't know why it's so easy to do. It's like when I go to put my, it's like I take a sip of my hot one, and I come back down onto the keys, and it's just Q, and it's just instantly
I
deploys,
hate it.
and then I see you just squatting right on top of it, just teabagging it until it
Whoa,
blows.
yeah, it does feel nice.
Yeah, well, it's a reverse blowout.
Gosh.
Shrapnel's coming in.
Oh, Coulter.
Dude, is that all that happened to Killjoy? That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, just a simple thing
Cool.
there.
Dude, talk to me on the Bucky, dude. Talk to me on the one shot wonder, dude.
The Bucky boys.
Oh, man.
This is a great gun. I love this gun, man. I love getting one tapped by a Bucky. Just like peeking an angle on a save round. Going against a team on the save round. Oh.
It's just stupid.
Bucky is actually getting some buffs and nerfs. So very interesting here. I would say more nerfs possibly for the meta of the Bucky right now, but primary fire, so your left click, the short range shot, bullet spread decrease 3.4 to 2.6. That's a lot, actually. Oh my gosh, that's a ton.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
That's
dude.
a ton.
It's
Okay.
way too much.
Yeah, bullet spread decreased. And then decrease spread on alt fire, right click 3.4 to 2, which is a lot too, and that's your right click, your distance one. And then updated damage curve for both primary and alt fire, which is not really sure on how it was before. They didn't mention it, but 0 to 8 meters, 8 damage per bullet. 8 to 12 meters, 12 damage per bullet, and beyond 12, it's 9 damage per bullet. And then reduced amount of pellets in a right-click shot from 15 to 5. I think the reduced pellets is the biggest nerf for the right-click, because if you hold an angle, and like I was saying a while ago, if you find like those perfect peaks where like that distance is perfect for a right-click and it's like an instant kill. Now you only have 5 pellets. Which it normally shoots out 15, which is not much at all. Only 5 shots is not much, but that's only for the right click. So the left click didn't really get any nerfs here. Like for close range, it's still going to be absolutely filthy. And that bullet spread decrease means like it's gonna, you're not gonna miss like half of those bullets because like I think sometimes like that spread doesn't really hit them all the way. And they're able to survive that, but now it's gonna be death by a Bucky if you are like holding that short angle. It's gonna be kind of like a instant trade now, or more reliable with that left click. For this, I don't know how I feel about it. It sucks because like you still get absolutely walloped by a Bucky, like that left click anyways. That left click short it's gonna smack you. That right click though, the right click Bucky, I think is the most aggravating thing because they're far away and they still just absolutely trash on you. So I'm glad they addressed that, but I think the Bucky's isn't out of the game, which is cool. I like how they didn't just absolutely like blast it out of the water. They didn't make it absolutely garbage, It's gonna be interesting just playing with it. I don't really know how it's gonna play.
Yeah,
Cool.
I think.
What are your thoughts on it? That's kind of
I
something.
hate all shotguns. I mean, I think I was hoping that they would ram this thing like they ram Sage at the beginning.
Well, I hope so
that's-
too. I kind of hope
but
as
it's-
well.
But it's like it's not the case. They really reduced the bullet spread on like the primary fire, just like the left click. Which like I don't like. It's like that's the point of a shotgun. So 0 to 8 meters, 20 damage. You're gonna get one tap by this thing like anytime at this range with 15 pellets at 20 damage per pellet. And they made the cone just narrower, so it's gonna be more accurate. I think the right click, I think that was like the answer to the issue because that was just obnoxious.
The amount of
It's-
pellets, yeah.
Yeah, the amount of pellets, because so no matter what, even if you're, 0 to 8 meters and you right click, like with 5 pellets, like you can do a maximum of 100 damage, right?
Yeah.
So if you're like 12 meters or 8 to 12 meters, like you're only going to be doing, 70 to like 50 to 70 damage, right? So that totally kills that issue. But then it just makes then they just made the primary fire kind of picking up some of that slack, especially in the 0 to 8 meters, or even 0 to 12 meters. Like it's going to be pretty disgusting still. Um, I don't know. I've never liked shotguns very much at all anyway, so I've never bought a shotgun yet in a game. So that's just like where I stand with it. So I'm a little biased, but it was unreasonable.
Yeah.
It was unreasonable for it's weird, isn't it weird? Like first it was the Stinger, people just abused the heck out of it, and then it was the shotgun, like then it was the Bucky. Like it's kind of
Yeah.
funny, like
Just
people just
moves
move on.
around.
And then like they just find the issue with it, like where it's broken, and they just exploit it until Riot like has to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you were saying, like people were just winning save rounds, just all Buckies going against Vandals and winning. Is stupid. So I'm glad to see it. Craxel says less damage but more consistent. So I mean that's fairly accurate.
Yeah, the right click especially because it is that tighter spread, so you're gonna be like sure that you're gonna hit a couple pellets. And if someone is low and they're far away, that Bucky is it's able to land a shot, which sucks for us. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm kind of excited to try it. A little excited.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope that it dies down in popularity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Modes escalation got some changes. I don't even know if we want to cover it, but
For the escalation players, just I think they're adding just abilities with like the showstopper, snowball launcher, and the knife. Just a little loadout variations, making it a little bit better for the people who do enjoy escalation. I don't play it at all, so
yeah. What do we got in competitive updates here, dude?
not too much. I think
You can
competitive updates.
You can view a person's career from the in-game leaderboard. Oh, that's cool. Um, you can see how they've been doing recently by just looking them up on the leaderboard. That's cool.
Yeah,
Um,
seeing the top radiant player, seeing if they're holding on to it still. I think
that's
that'd be
about
cool.
it from there.
But moving down the list here, we have HRTF, head related transfer function. This is it going to go for everyone who this is only kind of going for like certain people who enjoy this, but pretty much just an audio system that is kind of like a lot of people know how you have surround sound audio, which is different than this, but then you have 3D audio, which is kind of like more of a height. You can kind of tell like how high they are, what very elevation they're at, and kind of just like a better 3D audio, better surround sound. And this is what they added. It's just like a function that you can enable in game. It's kind of like I think they're just wanting the audio that you can hear better, which is cool because I think there's times where I'm like, did I hear footsteps or did I not? Or simple things like that. Or kind of like it's hard to tell where Raze's showstopper is gonna land or what's going on around you. So being able to hear that better is huge. I know some people like this, some people don't. It's gonna be your personal preference. So when the update's out, I'll dig into it and just see if you enjoy that better. If you can tell where that audio is coming from, definitely keep this enabled. It might help you out a lot. And I will try it out as well and see.
Yeah.
After
I'll give it
that,
a shot.
it kind of just goes down to bug fixes. One bug fix that I will notice, Raze's Boombot blows up when it hits a spike. I don't know why this was in, but I was very confused when it did happen. It just kind of blew up on the spike. So
That's interesting.
so a little interesting there. And then just some Astra bug fixes, just some simple things like that. Quality of life, fix an issue where spectating Astra could cause Omen's dark cover phased world map to display as pink. So that's an interesting one there.
Mhm.
And then some act rank badges where they fixed and some social changes. So that covers it for patch 2.06. That's kind of
Yeah,
it
dude.
here. And then Coulter and I, we a little bit ago, a couple episodes ago, we kind of made our little tier list for our agents, and we got a lot of backlash,
Wow,
which is
dude, I
fine.
forgot that we were covering this.
Well, get it together. Oh my gosh.
That's cool.
It's just something little. We just wanted to replace Viper and Yuru to where we think they could be with this update. So if whoever's on the podcast or on Twitch live, they're gonna see a little action here, a little hands-on tier list making. This is big. So I'm just gonna reiterate the tier list. Our tier list. We did make some changes. So for for S tier, we have Sova, Jet, and okay, Astra is still here right now because we don't know what to do with her.
That's kind of our wild card.
I
right
haven't
there.
I haven't seen her. I haven't really seen her in competitive play at all. I think she has the potential to be insane, but I don't think we see her that much because it's just not much team play. So we're just gonna kind of keep her there. We don't really want to switch it around a ton. So when we think we have a place for her, we're gonna we'll put her in her place. A tier: Omen, Cypher, Raze, Phoenix, and Breach. B tier: Brim, Reyna, Killjoy, and Sage. We swapped Breach and Sage. Just for the fact that Sage is not insane. She's really, I think she's like consistent, but I think she does need some changes. She's just not like the best, you know? I think as a Sentinel, you have, I think Cypher's a lot better.
Yeah, Sage is an interesting one. I mean, you just see some players play her so well, and like she fits super good in their team comp, and then it's like other teams that's just not the case. So she's kind of in a tough spot. But I think Breach is kind of. I think we made a mistake putting him in B tier there for a second.
Yeah, dude, Breach is really good with a team who can communicate well, and his
Yeah, he's
flashes
insane.
are pretty insane.
Especially with all like the attention around Jet too. So I was just gonna add that. Like just because Jet is so prevalent right now, like there's so many flash and dash plays that people are doing. Like it's insane. So
Yeah.
they work really well together, which kind of makes him more viable. But
Yeah, he does work good with other agents. So C tier we have Skye. And Skye's kind of just down there because I don't really know where she fits. She's an awkward agent.
dude, do we still stand by that?
I think so in my opinion, but I think she could kind of rotate to B tier possibly. I'm just gonna
She's
keep
on
her in
the
C
cusp.
tier because C tier
Yeah.
is empty. So
Yeah.
okay, so Viper, Coulter, where do you think she belongs? Like in your opinion, how big was this buff? I personally think she will go in C tier next to Skye. So she's down from the doggy D tier. she's moved up.
The doggy moist here, yeah.
Yeah.
This is so hard for me, man.
It's kind of just our opinion because our tier list is already screwed over to the max. I don't think there's any hope to recover this list.
I mean, I would say that it's like, is she as useful as Skye, you know? I guess it's kind of like map dependent. So I think it's fair that she's along next to Skye, I guess.
I think with that decay, man, I think that decay is gonna be gross because like those snake bites, right when you step in it, that's negative 50 decay. Like if you're at 50
Yeah,
health,
You're right.
if you're at 50 health and you step in it, like you're dead. It's
You're
gonna
1
be
HP.
yeah, and then you die
Yeah.
by the pit.
Yeah, that's true, man.
I really think I think this is gonna change her. I really do. It's
That's
gonna.
true, dude.
This
Yeah.
is a new mechanic that Viper hasn't had on her yet.
Yeah.
They've always added like the timing, but this is a new little aspect here. In
Yeah.
my opinion, she block. I can drop her down to, the doggy moist tier if you want.
I don't think so. I think obviously we'll come back to this in a few episodes again. I think I can see what you're saying, dude. I think this is gonna make a difference.
Wow,
So
did I just
I
talk
would
you up?
no, it's just like the more you think of it, like the snake bites are disgusting already. And like this is huge for the snake bite. It's huge for all of her abilities. I mean, it's just like across the board, just a hard, a hard buff, dude.
Well,
So
yeah, it is. You aren't taking as damage as quick.
I know, but just like that instant 50,
Yeah,
because dude, when do
that's
you
what I
ever
think.
take
Yeah,
decay?
that's
When
what
do
I
you ever
think.
take decay?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're never standing in her cloud. Like that
Yeah,
hasn't happened to me once. Or you're not just standing in her viper's pit or standing in her wall. Like it's like the decay over time like means nothing. It's that instant 50 that's going to be disgusting.
yeah.
So we'll see how that plays
All
out.
right, this is your man. I think you have the reins to put Yuri where you think he belongs. From what you've read, what are you thinking here, Coulter?
Dude, from what I've played and what I've read, I think he's still C.
What? Wow, still C.
I think so, man.
All right, and he is officially in the C tier. Can I get an explanation why? Like, what does he need that will make you put him to A tier?
I need to it he his teleport needs to have significantly less audio. I'm happy to see that you can't see it. Like, dude, his flashes are still debatably not as good as Reyna's. Okay, yeah, you can shoot Reyna's out. His flashes are pretty bad. They're not only hard to use, they're hard to use with your team, and they're unpredictable. Like, I don't know. I just feel like his flashes are the worst in the game. I don't think there's any debating that. Would you have any argument against that?
I don't think his flashes are as bad as you think they are.
No, but would you say they're the worst in the game?
I don't really know how they compare to Reyna's after the buff. After the buff, I'm kind of questionable, just because they are going to be quicker.
Just how fast they actually are.
Yeah, and
But like,
they blind. Like Reyna, you can shoot them out. And
yeah,
and think about like that length, that the increased duration on how much you're flashed is going to be paired with your teleport more. You're going to be able to
yeah,
teleport more, and you're going to have your flashes activate quicker.
you're gonna have more forgiveness on teleporting in. You're right. And we'll just have to see how big of a difference that 0.2 seconds is. That is
Yeah.
a significant amount of time. Almost every time you can turn away from his flash at 0.08. So, like, it's rare that I get flashed by a Yoru. I'll just spin away from it and I don't have great reactions. Like, I almost never spin away from a breach or a Phoenix
You
flash. They're
can't.
too
You
fast.
physically can't with
They're too
a breach
fast.
flash for sure.
And so with his, it's like I don't the flash duration doesn't mean anything if they're not getting flashed anyway, like to begin with.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to see, like, really, is that 0.2 seconds the difference between someone getting flashed and being able to turn away in time? We'll have to see. The gate crash, again, it's because the update is not out. Like, I don't know if that is when he deploys it or when he uses it. Because if it's after he uses it, it's almost a nerf. Like, there were a lot of games, if I was on A, I would send my teleport to B, and then that teleport is traveling across the map, I get a kill on A, I teleport to B, get another kill, and then I already have it again.
Yeah.
So that makes a huge difference. Like if it's after I teleport, this is actually a nerf because I would have already had my second one at
Mhm.
that point almost. So we'll just have to see how that ends up happening. Is it more reliable? Yes, like you can count on it, and I understand the value in that. It's just, um, I do like it. I do like it. I'm unsure of really how strong that's gonna be. I just haven't seen it yet. Um, and I mean the gate crash lasting longer is obviously big. Um, no one has ever shot my gate crash fragment. Never. Like not once in like who knows how many hours I put in. Nobody has ever shot it out. And I don't know if that's just because I'm in gold and people think that camping it is like a better strat. I mean, I know in pro games, like they just shoot it instantly if they see it, you know what I mean? To take away the threat. Um, I mean, the only time it's ever been destroyed has been from like a raised grenade or like something like where they don't even know it's there, you know, it's just like by chance.
Granted, you are using it for rotations quite often. Like that's kind of you
Right.
use
But
it way
like,
more safely.
even if I do send it in sight though, it's like they always camp it.
I know, but with that meter range though for the stealth, and you be able to see it, you have to be closer. I think that's
Mhm.
gonna change it a lot, man. I think you're gonna be able to send out those risky teleporters.
I'm so like I wish I could explain how excited I am to play this. And like I don't want him to be C tier. I think it would be my personal opinion. Like same with like his ultimate, like being able to use Gate Crash and Dimensional Rift. Okay, that's huge. That opens up the creativity with him massively. But like, can I put him in the same position where I would put Sage and Killjoy? Like, there's just no way.
Yeah.
Like, there's just no planet in which I think Yoru is on the same level as Killjoy right now.
I personally think we need to wait because dude, just like every single pro player, there's always just a pro player for each agent that can just play them so well.
Yeah.
Like, dude, there's a savage Sage player. I don't know his name, but like just like insanely consistent and really good.
Yeah.
And like even 10Z plays Yuru. He doesn't say he's good, obviously, but like with these like buffs, like he can be used. He's just like having the ability to like be able to make these plays easier and more
Yeah.
consistently is huge.
I think you're really on point.
He had a lot of buffs, like a lot, man.
No, yeah, every single ability pretty much outside of his footsteps. His footsteps are so hard to find value with. And I know that like you can make sick plays. We've all seen them. Again, it's like nothing is like super reliable with his kit.
Yeah,
It's like if you're sending your teleport in aggressively and then you're flashing and teleporting off of the flash, it's like, did they turn away from the flash or not? Like you don't know.
yeah,
So like coming into that fight, you don't really like know what you're coming into. You think that they're flashed, but like if it hit a little nick in the wall and like went somewhere where you weren't expecting, like maybe you didn't flash where you thought you did. And
uh
then it's like
huh,
the same with the footsteps. Like, do they actually think that's you, or like are they reading you and like outplaying you? Like you don't know. You're just trusting that they're being deceived when that's not always the case. And so that's always been, I think, like there's other duelists like Phoenix and Rays, whatever, like they're more straightforward. You're not banking on your opponent to make the wrong decision. Like Yoru is all about like you're just banking on your opponent to like believe something that's not true, right? Like that's what gives him the upper hand, but you just can never really rely that that's going to be the case.
yeah.
So I love to see it, man. Like I'm obviously sticking with Yoru forever. I think that's been established, and I've said it before. I'll say it again. I don't think I'm going to be leaving Yoru, and so I'm super stoked to see it. And I hope that this is as big as it seems because it does seem really big for him.
Yeah. What's cool about Yuru is like him compared to Reina. Reina does not have that much like that she can do to like deceive other people or like to make insane plays. Like dude,
Yeah,
he has the potential to do some filthy, disgusting plays, you know? And I
yeah,
think that's cool is like it comes down to the skill level of the player. And like
hmm,
it's like the same thing with Viper, dude. Like with all these a lot of these agents can do that, but like when you play them right, you can really like screw people over for just like your game knowledge, like not even the agent that you play, just like how you play them.
You're so right, man. I think the skill ceiling with Yoru is like so insanely high.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
I you know,
And
and
even with
I'm
Astra,
yeah,
or
exact same
Astra
thing.
just requires like that person to step up to the plate to like guide your entire team onto site and calling out things, like to be really like communicative, like just communication,
Yeah,
to
exactly.
do it every single
To
round.
just
And
be calling everything.
yeah, exactly. Like calling out each smoke, calling out each gravity well. Um, yeah. Yeah, I
And
think we
dude,
both
I
agree.
I also like dude, even in my time off, I was kind of thinking about it like mostly yesterday on my drive home. Um I think like you and we talk about it all the time. We just need to communicate more and I think we could get a lot more value like out of these agents, you know what I mean? Like it's like me sending like if you're playing Rays, I can send that teleport onto site. You can double satchel in and then I can teleport and like now we're like double threat, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like now we're both on site and like we just don't do that stuff. So I'm hoping that Yoru can find a spot like that in the meta cuz like right now that's Jet's place, right? Like she'll just throw a smoke on the middle of site, dash in and like there she is, right? She's on site. And like how can Yoru kind of do that like without being the same? I'm super excited. And like you, I just want someone to like step up with Yoru and just really dig deep and get the most value out of him. And like we can really see what he can do?
Yeah, exactly. Dude, I've been pairing Raise's Nade with Sage's Slow Orb so much now. Every time there's a Sage, I'll just tell him to slow orb this one area. Dude, on Icebox, this was I think it was first or second round. On Icebox on A, when we're defending, we have like if you're looking down where people walk through on A, on like the lower portion if you're attacking,
Uh
when we
huh.
walk through that area. So I'm
Yeah.
defending with a Sage. I just tell them to throw a slow orb right there, and I just nade it. I got 3 kills twice that game.
Whoa,
Yeah.
dude.
And
That's
it was
disgusting.
like consistent. Like I probably got like I would say like 15 kills just using my abilities with Sage.
Holy cow.
And that was just one game. Like the Sage was really good. They knew what they were doing and we were timing it perfect. Like we had the Sage orb go and then my nade like followed right after they were like looking at the slow orb. It was just like
Yeah.
great timing.
See, dude, and that is why I think that you see Rays in so many pro team comps is like she's so easy to do that with. Like she's easy to pair her abilities with. Like, so like what is that for Yoru? Like
Yeah.
what is that for Astra, right? And like that's just the $1,000,000 question. And you're right, someone's gonna grab these agents, find that piece, and then run with it.
Yeah.
So I mean C tier for now for me, but I think maybe, I'm gonna be trying to play as much as I can and maybe we can we can get him up to B tier. We'll just have to see.
I think revisiting this will be a great idea.
I don't wanna just say that he's like higher than he is and then have to like backtrack. I think I would
Yep.
rather go light and then if we need to move him up, we can.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Well, man,
Do you have anything else, dude?
no, I think that's it for me. Definitely a shorter podcast.
Yeah, a little bit of a shorter pod. Um, I don't know. Is a good update though. I liked it.
Yeah, it was a really really big update. Some great changes. I think we're gonna end it here. Do you have anything else to add, Coulter?
I won't be streaming on Friday again. So get rammed. Um, kind of out of my control. I'm actually gonna be welding for Rogan's older brother, doing some welding work for him. So that's a little bit out of my control. It's just what pays the bills, you know what I mean? Like as soon as you guys start messaging me, on Cash App, Venmo,
Coulter, get out of here,
PayPal,
dude.
just whatever you can. Um, we can revisit this topic, but as far as Friday guys, I'm gonna be out this Friday. I'm hoping to stream on Thursday though. It won't be it's not gonna be a 7-hour whammy like you've seen me run in the past. But hopefully I'll stream on Thursday. That's kind of the plan. Um and yeah, that's kind of all from me. Just leave more feedback, right? And follow us on Twitch so we can start charging you guys or receiving subs and donations, donos as they say. We just need more subs to get there. So that's all
Um,
I have to say.
I'll be taking over a stream on Friday and then streaming Monday. Not sure how long, but I'll just stream for a little bit. So if you guys have any questions, just hop in there. Or if you guys just want to talk trash about me, I'm fine with that. I would love that. Love those viewership, you know. Um, well, you guys have been listening to the Flow State Gaming Podcast, episode 22, where we covered patch 2.06. We got some big changes to Yuru and Viper. Eventually, we will see them back in the gameplay. My name is Rogan Prescott. And joining me today is Sea Doggy Fair with another good lip bite. Join us live at flow_state_gaming. Have a good one, guys. Bye.
Bye. Oh. I'm kind of scared to listen to that intro, dude.
That was bad.
I'm a
I'm
little
sorry, dude.
nasty.
I was almost wanting to redo it.
Really?
Yeah, dude, that was brutal.
How nasty did it get?
It was like the full guacamole, like full crushed avocado with the salsa.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
full guac, salsa, and lime.
Oh yeah, no, the full bowl too. And I'm talking about the green guacamole with more avocado than salsa.
Oh, dude, that was guac for sure, dude.
It's all right. I don't know why. I think it's like the first time that you're back. I wasn't used to it, dude. It's like actually been longer than I thought, you know?
Well, it's been
Isn't
yeah,
that
it's been
weird?
2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks, dude.
Yeah, like that's actually a long time if you think about it. Not
Yeah,
like
it's a really
running
long
together.
time. I know. I
It
felt pretty good being back in the saddle with you, though.
it felt really good, I think. I think we just yeah.
Something just came out that maybe shouldn't have.
Well, yeah.
Is that what we're thinking?
I mean,
Yeah.
at
it
least
was
you're hitting
interesting.
some viewers and I'll hit the other ones, you know?
Yeah.
With that intro.
Well, if we were both hitting the same viewers, unfortunately.
Hey AJ, how's it going, man?
AJ, dude, where were you at the beginning, man? We almost lost faith.
You uploading it, Coulter?
I
Boys,
don't see our. Oh yeah.
episode 21. I mean 22. Coulter, we're on a
What?
journey, man. This is like becoming like a long haul for us. Like this isn't just
I know.
some simple hobby like that we just started and quit, you know?
No. I know. It's actually insane, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, you guys are in the Discord. Coulter, they're both
Ooh,
in the
nice.
Discord if you want to join up there.
They're running deathmatch.
Yeah.
Well, for anyone that's still here, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you guys.
Yeah, I think we're gonna end it here.
Okay. Talk to you guys later.